What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Rashonology here on YouTube. I am your host, RJD, and I am here to talk about anything and everything. And I come across these topics, and we come on, we talk about it, we have a nice little discussion, and we're going to talk about it. So, I've been going for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. I understand I've been going for a while. Computer had to get fixed. Then I did 4 videos and none of them saved. So those will be in the archives. But we have a community in Ohio, and they are basically arming themselves up, making sure the community stays safe. And this is very, very interesting in 2025. So y'all know how this goes. We get the video, we watch the video, then we talk about the video. So let's talk about it. Let's go.
One community in Ohio, which is now the center of a...
And y'all know I play everything on 1.5, 1.75 speed. So I don't listen to anything unless it's fast. All right, so let's get this going.
Growing national debate about civil rights, hate speech, and the Second Amendment. NBC News correspondent and NBC News Now daily anchor Morgan Radford visited the town of Lincoln Heights, where residents have formed an armed community defense group in the wake of a neo-Nazi rally. Morgan joins us now. You were there just on Tuesday. What did the residents tell you about what's going on?
Yeah, I was there just this week, John. It was fascinating because what's interesting is that this town was founded during the Great Migration back in the 20s as a refuge for black citizens, which is why it was especially painful when neo-Nazis suddenly appeared in this 3,000-person majority black town. But they decided to fight back, taking up arms.
Neo-Nazis? 2025? We still on that?
And patrolling their own streets. Now they're at the center of a much larger debate about protection and free speech and who gets it.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
Your business owners, your fathers, your sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights.
You even had a lady back there with it. You even had a woman back there like with the shits. All right.
Safety and Watch program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving.
That's nuts. Bruh. Neo-Nazis held a rally on the bridge, waving swastikas in Ohio? What? That's nuts.
Waving swastikas and hurling racial slurs just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement
Oh, come on, bruh.
Nope.
officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK came with these flyers.
Wait, what'd that say? Leave now, self-deport, avoid detention, Americans on guard, help us protect. I can't read the rest of that. This is crazy. Hold on.
Flyers.
First African-American community above the Mason-Dixon line.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson Durance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, you know, if they do it again, we haven't broken any law, so we're just gonna allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
I'll answer that by saying, I've never felt safer as a black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale.
So, okay, so I'll get to that in a minute. So, at the end of the day, Don DeMarco for these brothers and sisters. That's wild work. That's alarming. Not gonna lie. In Ohio, we're having neo-Nazi rally. Now, I know a lot of people would say, oh, Second Amendment, they have the right to say whatever they want to say. And at the end of the day, they can say what they want to say. This is America. In America, you have freedom of speech, even though some people would say, freedom of speech isn't free. You know, that's another rabbit hole we could go down another time. But at the end of the day, these people, they didn't break any laws. So They have the right to say and protest whatever they want to say and protest. Now, the brothers and sisters protecting them young babies from coming out of school and doing that, and another thing, doing that right before school is over, it's nasty work. That's nasty work. But on the other hand, those brothers and sisters that are out there with the right to bear arms, making sure them kids and them parents get their kids home and protecting their own community, that is also okay because they're not breaking any laws. Now, you got to understand a lot of their handgun laws are different, but you have the right to bear arms. You just have to know what you can do in whatever city, town, state you're in. Understand the laws, but you have the right to bear arms and you have the right to protect yourself and protect your community. They're not breaking any laws. Hey, you stay over there, we'll stay over here. That's it. At the end of the day, the fact that they were on that bridge, it's 2025 and they still, people still own that. It is what it is. But if you think that stuff is not out here and prevalent out in the world, in the community, you're out of your mind. If you think that this stuff doesn't go on and people don't do this stuff in private, now it's America. They can say what they want to say, but people in that community have the right to protect themselves as well. And hopefully everybody stays on their side of the tracks and it don't got to get crazy. Hopefully that's what happens.
Which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, our emphasis on de-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved. But residents here say they can't afford to wait every day.
Word. They're like, nah, because a lot of the times they're like, oh, well, nobody got hurt. Nobody was physically assaulted, so we can't do anything. Our hands are tied. So they're like, all right, cool. We're going to be out here making sure that everybody gets home to and from school safely. And we're going to patrol our own streets because we don't want to wait for somebody to get attacked for something to happen. No, we're going to start right now. We're going to start right now. We're going to protect ourselves right now. And we're going to keep it moving after that. So I ain't mad at this.
The Safety and Watch Group escorts children to school and patrols the streets.
Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds. So we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family from what we're doing now.
I mean, the neo-Nazis were wearing masks.
Nope.
The neo-Nazis were wearing masks. And they got to protect themselves and their identities as well.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate.
Nah, they're needed. They're needed. They're needed. They're needed. What are we going back to the freaking 20s, 30s, and 40s? What are we doing? This 2025. Still dealing with this bullshit? This shit is crazy. They are needed. And I think it's crazy. It's crazy that they're needed. And maybe you wish they weren't needed, but nah, they're needed.
You know, we don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community
Stand up.
is not backing down.
We contacted the mayor of Evendale's office, and they say that prosecutors are looking at body camera footage of the neo-Nazi rally to see if any criminal charges could be filed. But meantime, the Hamilton County Sheriff is also calling on state lawmakers to pass legislation making it a crime to wear a mask with the purpose of intimidation while open carrying, guys.
So, Morgan, let me ask you, one of the people you interviewed there, young
This is nuts, man. This is nasty work.
man, said he's never felt safer in his community than he does now. So this could have an impact nationwide, things like this. I mean, there is a contagion factor in safety. People always seek it. What did the mayor or anybody that you spoke to think about the contagion factor?
Durance, I don't want to speak for him, but after my conversation with him, I feel like I could confidently say he would say the contagion factor has already happened. Because when I asked, is this a reaction to a local moment or a national movement? And he said, look at January 6th. He said, you already have people felt emboldened to come here locally because of what they saw nationally. If you can hang from the building of the hallowed halls of the Capitol and then be pardoned, not be prosecuted, why don't you think you can come to a small village of African Americans, only 3,000 people?
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of people got pardoned for January 6th. That was crazy too. I mean, you just gonna roll up in the Capitol and listen. Protest is one thing, but somebody died. Like if I'm not mistaken, on the January 6th. So you can't roll up in the Capitol building and just roll up in the what? You can't, bruh. If that had been if that had been how many thousands of people, if that had been thousands and thousands of black people ran up to the Capitol, they would have never made it inside. They would have got mowed down at the gates. At the gates. It would have looked like Call of Duty out there. I think Call of Duty 2, whichever part, the one in the airport, whichever one that was. It would have looked just like that. And if you ever play Call of Duty, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they absolutely. Oh, yeah, we do whatever we want. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. President going to pardon us. We can do whatever we want. Nah, you can't. And as long as they keep it talking. You want to say what you want to say, dude? You say what you want to say, but stay over there, and we'll stay over here. They're not going to charge them anything because they were just protesting. So we'll see, man. We're going to monitor the situation. But in 2025, going through this is nasty work. This is crazy. Please pray for those brothers and sisters going through that. The fact that they even have to do that with neo-Nazis coming into their community is crazy. Everybody over there should, stay safe and stay safe and stay secured, because that's nuts. But we'll continue to monitor the situation, and hopefully nothing escalates past that. So we'll see.